You know what's absolutely amazing to me? Isn't this guy beautiful? I want to say 11, 12 years ago now, I had an opportunity to get lost. And when I say get lost, I had an opportunity to creatively get lost because somebody bought me a camera. And it wasn't this camera itself, but somebody bought me a camera and they said, just go have fun, take photos. And for me, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't even know the process of what that meant. So I put the camera on the shelf and I let it sit there in my room. I just let it sit there and I pondered on the gift. I pondered on why I would accept this type of gift because it felt expensive, but I didn't feel like I earned it. I put out in the atmosphere that I wanted to try being creative, and the form of creation that somebody anticipated me being decent at was with a camera. I have to thank them because the journey that the camera took me on when I decided one day to grab it off the shelf and just go outside and explore. I never imagined it would take me to where I'm at today with my career. I never imagined it would take me to where I've been around the country. I'll never forget, it was an A6300. I absolutely loved the camera itself. It was part of the Sony series, and the uniqueness of that camera was what it could do. It could record in 4K. It was 24 megapixels, so it was a great kind of video camera and photo camera, and it allowed me to just be able to creatively experience with different ideas. Like at first it was pictures for me. I just wanted to take photos. That's all I was obsessed about, is taking photos. But I'm the type of person that was always athletic. I was the type of person always moving. I was the type of person that always wanted to do more with my creative stories and abilities to tell stories. And so I needed to do more. I needed more movement within my photos. And so I just remember taking the knob and turning it to video and not really necessarily focusing on any certain settings. I just wanted to see what video would be like. And obviously out of the package, when you get a new camera, you're not optimizing your settings. You're just exploring your settings that are in the box. And so for me, I just genuinely enjoyed making sure that I could put myself in a position to learn from all of the activity, all of the processes that the camera itself had to offer. And it was cool. It was different. It was unique. It was scary because there's a lot of knobs, there's a lot of buttons, and I don't know what any of the shit does. But what was extremely fun was how much I was able to get lost in passion immediately. I loved it. I loved everything that I felt. I loved the feeling of like putting the strap on and just putting it around my neck and enjoying the process of creating and going out and finding stuff to just take photos of. And that's when things really started to happen for me. I'm not saying I got people hitting me up trying to have their photo taken, but that's when I was able to start developing my craft. That's when I was able to start developing this idea that this might actually work. But again, when it comes to film and when it comes to photography, Rome wasn't built in a day. The first stuff that I put out with my camera, it was just, I remember making a video and it was me making scrambled eggs, and it was the worst edited video I had ever seen in my entire life. However, I loved it, and at the time I thought it was amazing. And between you and I, it was not at all, but it was me. It was something that I created. It was something that I made that I could look back at and say, that is where it all started for me. And so I just want to thank my friend who actually physically thought that this would be a great opportunity for me to learn a new trait, to do something that I had never really experienced or done before when it comes to being an artist of some sort, simply because I just didn't see myself ever loving a camera as much as I do, loving the art behind it, loving the experience and the journey behind it. And I think that's what it is for me when it comes to film and photography. I love the journey that it takes me on and the people that I meet along the way. I love this idea that I can do more for people behind the camera than I can do in front of the camera. this whole situation, me just talking, this isn't my passion, right? Like, this isn't like what I love to do. This isn't why I picked up a camera in the first place. And don't get me wrong, I love talking to you. That is not what I'm saying at all. I absolutely love it. But this was not what I picked up a camera for. I genuinely want people to see themselves through my lens. I want people to see themselves through themselves. And if I can document that and give them an opportunity to see that for themselves, I mean, that in itself is a dream that comes true over and over and over again. And I don't take people's stories for granted, especially from a documentary perspective. I absolutely love to show people who they really are, to show them themselves for the first time. And I think when you're able to see yourself from a theatrical standpoint for the first time, cinematic, if you will, I think it hits different, right? It hits different. If you're the owner of a local coffee shop, or if you're the owner of a farm, or if you're the owner of this small business, whether it be carpentry business or it be laying floor, when you're able to see the work that you've put in and the work that you continue to put in for people around you, and you're able to physically have a memory of it, there's just nothing like that ever. There's nothing like it whatsoever. And a camera is that powerful. A camera, that is what I'm able to do with a camera. And I thank you all so very much for listening to my stories and hearing what I have to say. I want to be more specific with my love, my passion for cameras, my love and passion for storytelling. That's what this channel is literally all about. YouTube is an animal when it comes to trying to suggest my videos to whoever they're trying to suggest my videos to. However, YouTube has given me an opportunity. It's provided me a platform to be able to speak with passion about my passions, to speak with love about what I love. And what I absolutely love to do is film. What I absolutely love is photography. What I absolutely love is to create visuals and stories for you. That way you can be inspired. And I'm not saying I'm a super inspiring human being. That's not it at all. But what I'm inspired to do is share my art with you. And in return, I hope that I'm able to inspire you. That's what the camera does for me every time. Every single time I'm able to pick up a camera, I'm inspired. And I pray that I never lose sight of that feeling never, ever goes away. Chase greatness.